With Hillary Clinton now officially on the campaign trail for 2016, the question arises regarding her biggest supporter, Bill Clinton. Asset or liability?
We don't need this.
Asset ultimately or a liability for her?
Definitely an asset.
A few bumps along the road, but
A few.
But I think in the long term, his legacy is going to be a positive one.
It's an asset.
You do?
Yeah, I always thought it could be a way for Bill Clinton to kind of have a third term.
He's also probably one of the best tacticians, but honestly, he opens his mouth.
He is a good talker.
He's a good talker. So if he can stay focused and stay on game, I think he could be an asset. But I think she really has to kind of keep him in line.
I see him as an asset.
Asset.
Yes, and I'd say just based on his experience.
Which brings us to the OTR Political Roundtable today, and our savants are Democrat Marianne Marsh and Republican Rob Gray. Thanks for joining us, guys.
So the question, Rob, is will President Clinton end up being the good big dog, bad dog, or sleeping dog with his wife running?
I think really big dog, like St. Bernard. I mean, and in a good way. I mean, he is very popular. A lot of people, even some Republicans after Obama, look back fondly on the Clinton years, and I think he's going to help Hillary.
Marianne, big, bad, or sleeping?
Sleeping dog during the primary, big dog during the general, never a bad dog. That makes him a good dog indeed.
There is another dog in the presidential race. Vermont Congressman Bernie Sanders. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders has tossed his hat into the presidential ring. Marianne, will he be Hillary's Ralph Nader in this?
Now, Elizabeth Warren will have more influence on this primary than Bernie Sanders, Jim Webb, Link Chafee, and anybody else thinking about getting into this race. If he were running in the general election as a socialist or an independent, he might draw a few votes, but no.
Rob, Bernie Sanders in.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be exactly Mayweather, Pacquiao, you know, Hillary Sanders. I mean, maybe he has an impact in Vermont, but I think probably not even there.
You heard Congressman Kennedy this morning. He was talking about a wide variety of issues. It's only his second term, but do you think he has a better chance than his Uncle Ted did in getting into the White House, Marianne?
Joe Kennedy, as you saw this morning, very thoughtful, hard-working guy who keeps his word. He works hard for his district. He works hard with other people. He works with Democrats and Republicans. That is a winning formula for any race you want to run.
So what do you think? White House, better chance than Uncle Ted?
I think I can't imagine he's not going to move up to the Senate at some point. It's clear he's focused on this job now, but he's got a very bright future indeed.
Rob?
It depends on what's next and what he does. If he moves up to the Senate, if he moves up to be governor, then he has a chance to be considered for president. But he doesn't have a lot of accomplishments so far, so he's got to build there as well.
A very candid Ann Romney launched a social media campaign so those fighting neurological diseases like MS can share experiences. She once told her doctor that she was disappointed that she wasn't First Lady. Listen.
This would have been such a great platform for you and I to have brought more awareness. You know, if we had won. And then I said, who cares? Let's do it anyway. It won't get as
She has a loud
big.
voice. She has an appropriate voice. Marianne, it's an obvious question, but can she have the loud voice in this?
Of course she can. It's a worthy cause. She's certainly become well-known nationally over her husband's last two presidential campaigns, and I hope she's very successful. She deserves it.
Rob, what do you think?
The Romneys have a big national network, a lot of resources. I think she'll be heard.
Very good. We'll continue on the record. Stay with us.